After a breakup, the urge to chase feels almost automatic. Your mind wants answers. Your emotions want reassurance. Your ego wants proof that you still matter. Stoic psychology teaches a hard truth most people don't want to hear. What feels natural in pain is often what costs you the most power. Chasing may feel like action, but it is actually surrender. The moment you chase, you hand your emotional stability to someone who has already stepped away. Chasing is not about love, it is about fear. Fear of loss, fear of being forgotten, fear of sitting alone with uncertainty. Stoicism teaches mastery over impulse, especially when emotion is loud. The Stoic man understands that chasing does not restore connection, it advertises dependence. It tells the other person, without words, that your peace now depends on their response. And the moment your peace depends on someone else, your power is gone. What makes chasing so dangerous is that it feels justified. You tell yourself you're being honest, vulnerable, or mature. In reality, you are reacting instead of choosing. Stoic psychology draws a clear line between reaction and authority. Reaction puts you beneath the situation. Authority allows you to stand above it. Chasing places you in a lower psychological position instantly, regardless of your intentions. In this video, you're going to understand why chasing after a breakup destroys your power at the psychological level, how it flips the emotional dynamic against you, and why the Stoic man refuses to pursue what chose to walk away. If this resonates, like the video, comment that you're choosing self-command over desperation, subscribe to Stoic Blessing, and turn on notifications to officially become a Stoic soldier. Because power does not chase, it stands still and lets clarity arrive. Chasing is rarely heard as care, it is felt as need. Stoic psychology teaches that the moment need enters the dynamic, power leaves it. When you chase after a breakup, you communicate that your emotional balance depends on someone else's attention, response, or validation. Even if your words are calm, the behavior itself signals dependence, and dependence always weakens perception. The Stoic man understands that desire expressed without restraint becomes leverage for others. When you chase, you give that leverage away willingly. You explain too much. You apologize too quickly. You lower boundaries just to maintain access. None of this creates respect or attraction. It confirms imbalance. And imbalance is what ended the relationship in the first place. What makes chasing especially destructive is that it teaches the other person that distance makes you pursue harder. Silence makes you anxious. Loss makes you compromise. Stoic psychology teaches that people respond to patterns, not intentions. By chasing, you train the dynamic in the worst possible way, rewarding withdrawal with pursuit. The Stoic man refuses this pattern. He does not deny his feelings, but he contains them. He understands that emotional self-control is not suppression, it is strength. By refusing to chase, he communicates something far more powerful than words ever could. I am capable of standing without you. And that capability is the foundation of real power. Before the breakup, there was balance. After the breakup, that balance becomes fragile. Stoic psychology teaches that power flows toward the person who is emotionally self-contained. The moment you begin chasing, the roles reverse completely. The one who walks away becomes the chooser, and the one who chases becomes the one seeking permission to be chosen. That reversal happens instantly, whether you notice it or not. Chasing removes the need for reflection on the other side. When you pursue, they no longer have to sit with the loss or question their decision. They simply respond or ignore while you wait. Stoic psychology teaches that reflection requires absence. Distance creates thought. Pursuit removes both. By chasing, you rob the situation of the only thing that could have produced clarity. The Stoic man understands that accessibility kills leverage. When you are always available, you are never valued properly. Chasing makes you predictable. It removes mystery. It collapses emotional space into urgency, and urgency signals weakness, not commitment. Stoicism teaches that patience, not pressure, creates gravity. This is why the Stoic man does not chase to regain balance. He withdraws to restore it. He allows silence to do the work that words cannot. By standing still instead of pursuing, he reclaims the psychological high ground. And from that position, power no longer needs to be asked for. It is simply felt. Self-respect rarely collapses in one dramatic moment. It erodes quietly through small decisions made in emotional discomfort. One message sent against your better judgment. One explanation meant to clear things up. One reach out that leaves you feeling smaller afterward. Stoic psychology teaches alignment between values and action. Chasing breaks that alignment piece by piece. Each time you chase, you act against your own dignity to soothe temporary pain. The relief feels immediate, but the cost comes later, in regret, shame, and self-doubt. Stoicism teaches that peace purchased through self-betrayal is never peace. You may calm the moment, but you weaken your foundation. And a weakened foundation cannot support strength. What makes this erosion dangerous is how subtle it is. You don't notice it until confidence feels thinner, until boundaries feel harder to hold, until you start questioning your own worth. Stoic psychology teaches that how you treat yourself in moments of pain determines who you become afterward. Chasing teaches the wrong lesson, that your standards are flexible when you are uncomfortable. The Stoic man refuses to trade dignity for relief. He understands that discomfort passes, but self-respect compounds. By choosing restraint over pursuit, he preserves the part of himself that matters most. And when self-respect remains intact, power has a place to return to. Chasing is an attempt to undo reality. It keeps your mind anchored to what was instead of what is. Stoic psychology teaches acceptance as the foundation of freedom. As long as you chase, you are rejecting the present moment and bargaining with the past. You are living mentally in negotiation instead of progress. Every unanswered message keeps hope alive. Every reply resets the emotional clock. You tell yourself you're just trying to understand, but what you're really doing is postponing acceptance. Stoicism teaches that suffering is prolonged when we refuse to accept what has already happened. Chasing stretches pain into weeks or months that could have been days. The Stoic man understands that waiting for someone else to decide your peace is the longest form of suffering. As long as you chase, your emotional state remains conditional. You cannot move forward because part of you is still looking backward. Stoic psychology calls this self-imposed captivity. By refusing to chase, you step out of the past and into the present. You stop reliving the breakup in real time. You stop asking for permission to heal. Acceptance arrives not through conversation, but through distance. And distance is what allows the Stoic man to reclaim momentum instead of remaining stuck where the relationship ended. People learn how to treat you by what you tolerate and what you pursue. Stoic psychology teaches that behavior is instruction. When you chase after a breakup, you teach a lesson you never intended to teach, that your boundaries soften under pressure, that distance makes you pursue harder, and that your standards are negotiable when you feel discomfort. This lesson does not inspire respect. It invites imbalance. Chasing trains the dynamic in the worst possible way. Silence is rewarded with pursuit. Withdrawal is met with explanation. Loss is met with compromise. Over time, this conditions the other person to expect access without accountability. Stoic psychology warns that once this pattern is learned, it is rarely unlearned through words. It is corrected only through changed behavior. The Stoic man understands that power is not reclaimed through explanation. It is demonstrated through consistency. He knows that saying, "I respect myself," means nothing if his actions contradict it. By refusing to chase, he teaches a different lesson. That distance does not control him, that loss does not make him abandon his standards, and that his peace is not for sale. This is where strength becomes visible without performance. You do not lecture, you do not argue. You simply stop pursuing what does not reciprocate. Stoic psychology teaches that the lessons that shape respect are not spoken, they are lived. And the lesson of restraint is one of the most powerful you can teach. Attraction and respect both rely on space. Stoic psychology teaches that mystery is not created by games, but by restraint. Chasing collapses that space instantly. When you chase, you reveal everything: your fear, your longing, your urgency. There is nothing left for the other person to wonder about. And when there is nothing to wonder about, there is nothing to reflect on. The Stoic man understands that what is freely given is rarely valued. Chasing floods the dynamic with emotional noise. You explain your feelings, you clarify intentions, you expose every thought in the hope that transparency will bring understanding. Stoic psychology teaches the opposite. Depth is preserved through silence, not saturation. Too much access removes gravity. Mystery is not manipulation, it is natural distance. When you stop chasing, you allow the other person to sit with unanswered questions instead of constant reassurance. Reflection replaces reaction. Thought replaces response. Chasing denies this process entirely by filling every gap with pursuit. This is why the Stoic man chooses stillness over urgency. He allows space to exist without rushing to fill it. He understands that silence carries weight, while desperation evaporates it. By refusing to chase, he restores depth to the situation. And depth is where power quietly lives. Perhaps the most damaging effect of chasing happens internally. Each time you pursue after a breakup, you reinforce an identity rooted in lack. You begin to see yourself as someone who needs answers, reassurance, or permission to feel whole again. Stoic psychology teaches that how you view yourself determines how you move through the world. Chasing reshapes that self-image in the worst way. Every act of pursuit tells your nervous system the same story. I cannot be okay unless this person responds. Over time, that belief weakens confidence. You hesitate more. You doubt your worth. You replay interactions looking for mistakes. Stoicism teaches self-command, the ability to stand firm regardless of external response. Chasing undermines that discipline by training you to seek relief outside yourself. The Stoic man understands that dignity is built through restraint, not expression. He knows that feelings do not need to be acted on to be honored. By resisting the urge to chase, he preserves his self-image as someone capable of endurance. Someone who can feel pain without surrendering his standards. And that self-image becomes a source of strength long after the breakup is over. This is why stopping yourself from chasing feels empowering, even when it hurts. You may feel the urge, but you do not obey it. And each time you choose restraint, your self-respect grows. Stoic psychology teaches that power is not granted by others, it is accumulated internally. When you stop chasing, you stop shrinking. You begin to stand taller in your own eyes. The moment you stop chasing, something shifts. Not externally at first, but internally. Your nervous system begins to settle. Your thoughts slow. The constant urge to check, reach out, or explain fades. Stoic psychology teaches that power is not loud, it is grounded. When you stop chasing, you step out of reaction and back into self-command. This shift is subtle but profound. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are no longer measuring your worth through someone else's attention. Outcomes lose their grip on you. Whether they reach out or remain silent becomes secondary. Stoicism teaches detachment from outcomes because attachment is what creates suffering. Detachment restores freedom. As power returns, clarity follows. You begin to see the relationship without distortion. You recognize where you compromised yourself, where you ignored red flags, not with bitterness, but with honesty. Stoic psychology teaches that clarity is the reward of restraint. You could not see this while chasing because emotion clouded judgment. The Stoic man understands that reclaiming power does not require confrontation. It requires stillness. By refusing to chase, he creates the conditions for healing, reflection, and growth. And in that space, power rebuilds quietly, rooted in self-respect rather than hope. Chasing after a breakup does not prove love. It proves the loss of self-command. Stoic psychology teaches that dignity is preserved through restraint, not reaction. The Stoic man does not pursue what chose to walk away. He allows distance to do what words never could. He accepts the ending without trying to rewrite it through effort. Walking away with dignity does not mean suppressing emotion. It means containing it. It means choosing long-term self-respect over short-term relief. Stoicism teaches that strength is not the absence of feeling. It is mastery over action. By refusing to chase, you protect the part of yourself that remains intact after loss. When you walk away without pursuit, you heal faster. You think clearer. You rebuild from a position of strength instead of regret. Whether the other person ever reflects, regrets, or reaches out becomes irrelevant, because you did not lose yourself trying to be chosen. If this message resonated like the video, comment that you're choosing dignity over chasing, subscribe to Stoic Blessing, and turn on notifications to officially become a Stoic soldier. Thank you for watching and walking the Stoic path, where power is not pursued, it is protected through self-command.